want to say thank you to my sponsors. I have a couple of sponsors for the Saturday Stew, and I truly appreciate love them.
Everything remains the same. The earth is weeping. She's in.
I want to say thank you to Chioli. Changing your lifestyle will change your life. Althea is a certified personal trainer, and she will help you on a journey to changing your life by way of changing your lifestyle. Give her a call, 954-655-9000. That's 954-655-9000. Yep, it's the same number for the massage therapist because it's the same person. I want to say thank you to McNeil Trucking. With McNeil Trucking, your goods are in good hands. You want to move from here to there? Just move some goods possibly into storage. Not quite sure how to do it? Give them a call, 954-406-9740. Tell them DJ Kevin Stew sent you. Okay, without further ado, I present to you my secret ingredient for today. Let's see how far we can go. If we're going way out. Ladies and gentlemen, no stranger to me, Kevin Stew, but brand new to Reggae Global Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one and only, the man on a journey himself, Kass Smith.
Bless up. Thanks for the invitation again. Nice.
Alright, Kass, how you doing?
Good, man. Hanging out here on the balcony at Puerto Vallarta at home, you know. So,
yo,
giving thanks, you know.
I can't tell you how nice it is looking over there. Wow.
Yeah, man. Thanks, man. It's like, you know, like a Jamaican. Like,
yeah.
Just give you a nice 360. Okay, and see basically what it looks like. You know?
Yes,
so this is my farm. We have a little farm in the hills. And basically, you know, I plant my own food, everything organic. So this is in Mexico, by the way. And I decided to build this house in the hills and just plant my own food. So this is home.
Nice. So that room over there on the right hand side, is that my guest room? Is that my
yours,
room?
Man? I yours that, man. They build enough quartz in the floor. When I build the house, we build the whole thing with quartz crystals in the foundation, you know.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to make sure that one was my room. I just wanted to know.
Yeah, man. Come in anytime.
I like the view. I like the view.
Yeah. Bless up.
So, Kass, journeys. First of all, welcome to Reggae Global Radio. Welcome to the Reggae Global family. The RGR family is spread far and wide. And as one that started off on the rock and now has kind of crossed the sea and gone over into Mexico, which is quite interesting. That you'd leave from English-speaking Jamaica to go to Spanish-speaking Mexico. Buenos tardes. Well, it's afternoon. It's still, that work, right?
Yeah, yeah, man, that work because you know it's I think it's like 7:30 now, 7:20 now. So the sun soon go down. So yeah,
right.
You know.
Why? How is life in Mexico?
Life is nice, you know. Mexico is nice. I chose Puerto Vallarta because it's very similar to Jamaica. It's very green. It's very lush.
Yes.
The only thing that is different, one of the differences is that there's a rainy season here and there's a dry season here. So the last rain I saw was in October last year. No rain has fallen since October. And no rain is going to fall until probably about the end of June here in Puerto Vallarta. There are other places in Mexico that have rain, you know, consistently. But here in Vallarta, it's not like that. It's like a Pacific type climate, you know.
So it is over on the western side of Mexico?
Yes, it is on the west. Remember that movie, Love Boat, Promise or something? Right. That's where they used to film it. The boat still comes here, you know, on Wednesdays. The Love Boat.
Really?
Yeah, man. It still comes here on the Wednesdays. I mean, this was like back in the late 70s and 80s. That movie was actually, they would say, Puerto Vallarta. And the same ship is still coming here every Wednesday. Comes here on Wednesday and leaves on Thursday morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the show well. I remember it well.
Yeah, man. Yes.
All right, so for the RGR Massive, And congratulations on the new album, by the way, Journeys.
Thanks.
I'm gonna bounce through some tracks when we get done talking. Kinda educate us on the Journeys album, if you would kindly do so, please, because the RGR family don't know it yet.
Okay, well, Journeys is basically my life story. I've been in Mexico for 30 years.
Yes.
I've been singing for about 40 years. Now, the first album I did was in Jamaica. Benjamin has been produced that back in 1989. So I came to Mexico in 1990, and I signed with Capitol Records, Capitol Records, and we made a big hit. I really didn't speak Spanish at the time.
Right.
I had to learn Spanish because of the requirement from the Capitol Records at that time. So basically, they told me I had to learn enough Spanish to record in 3 months. So I learned enough, and I did a song called Ay Cosita Linda. That was a big hit in Mexico, Central and South America, and Colombia. It was a big hit. And that was the first introduction of dance hall really into Mexico at that time, And a Spanish-English type mix,
Right.
So basically, all my albums since, I've actually had English and Spanish on it. And this one obviously have some dance patois in there as well. And they're all translated back to Spanish. So the Casa de Incendio, which is the song that is the first single on this, is actually translated in 3 languages, back to English and back to Spanish, and from patois back to Spanish, So speaking of the journey, it has been interesting. When I came here, I was the only Jamaican here. So everything was different. The language, the food, the woman, the people, the culture, the whole thing was very, very different, So the whole album right now has 16 songs on it. And it basically speaks of my journey for the past 32 years here in Mexico.
Wow. Do you have them laid out in a particular order, telling a story, or is it just as you had recorded them, you just place them on the album? Is there a kind of storytelling format to the layout of the album?
Totally. The whole album has a whole process. The first song is called Be Still and Know. And basically it says, be still and know that I am God. I am the essence of God in all of us. So it's a song of gratitude. It have like a kumina business. So basically it's just a way of and I use the show. Basically the whole album is set out the way I do my show. I just run the song from 1 to 16, and that's how it is set up. So it tells the story. It tells the story of basically the triumphs and the tribulations and the problems, which I mentioned to you earlier on. So those were basically situations that related to, my children being born in Mexico, my son having an accident where a statue fell on him, and then my daughter had open heart surgery because she had a tumor. And all of that is actually in the album itself, and speaks of those stories and speaks of those, racism as well too, which, I had to go through and my children had to go through. So yes, it is in a particular order.
Nice. So I'll definitely pay attention to that. I'll in fact, as I introduce the RGR family to the album, I'll make sure to follow the sequence of the layout so they hear it just like how they would hear it when they purchased the album, or if they went to stream. Now, a lot of the RGR listeners they purchase, but as the artist in the new age, because things are changing. So as the artist who put out the material out there, you have a particular preference to whether the streaming or the purchasing as it comes back as a business side of it?
Not really. As I told you the last time we spoke, I'm not really concerned about business side of it. I have a message, and anywhere people choose to go for it, just go for it. And the message is very simple. The message is that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's what the word, that's what the word human beings mean, that we are being human at this time. And it's unfortunate that, sometimes religion step in the way and they move us off track, But people get back to center. And basically the message is in the album itself. And as they say, who choose to hear will hear, And not everybody will align to it. I know that. But as I mentioned to you the last time, I'm not really concerned about financial gain out of this album. Basically, it's just transmit a message,
Right. For the people that are wondering which last time is he talking about, if you go to kevinstew.com and you look in the video archives, you check the archives, whether you want to check the video archive or you want to check the podcast, you'll see an entry there with Kass Smith and I having dialogue what, we're talking for about a good 90 minutes.
Yeah, but an hour and a half, nice.
Yeah, around
I
about
was
there.
in New York, cola lit me in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we had a good chat, extensive talk. Tonight is more abbreviated and hitting some of the points about this album and who Kass Smith is. Now, outside of being a recording artist, there are a few other hats that you wear. And
yes,
one of them that I wanted to make sure to squeeze in here has to deal with that property. Talk to us about that resort.
Yes. It's a holistic resort. I own it. I came up with the concept. It has taken me about 20 years to bring it into fruition. And basically the idea is that we can live totally off the grid and live in a balanced environment. Where I am right now, basically that's where I live. I have electricity here, but the property itself, where I build, the homes are like this one in the background. You can see it, and it's totally off the grid. Solar energy, we have wells that with spring water as well, and the idea is that we plant our own food. So, I came up with the idea, I brought the concept to life, and all the permits, it took me a very, very long time, as I said, about 20 years to get it there. Because I was a little bit too advanced for the protocol at that time. One of the things that was happening at that time is that I wanted to create a 3.8 solar system that would fit on the top of the house. And at that time, it was about 42 panels. Too much panel, it couldn't fit. Right now, I do the same thing with 6 panels. But that was like 20 years ago. The permits, I would not get the permits because it wasn't feasible. So that's it. The concept is going well. You can check it out. It's Realdetalpa, RealDetalpa.com. By Smith, and it's my concept, and it's one of the only ones of its kind in Mexico. So yeah, I'm the owner and developer of that.
Right, and you mentioned the electricity part of it.
Yes.
You mentioned the land being sustainable. So you're planting your trees, fruit trees. So you're living off the land. Animal farming.
Yes, we have a section there for cow and goat and pig and all type of stuff. We have a bird section for birds, peacocks and ostrich and that type of stuff as well too.
Oh, nice! I hear ostrich egg is quite nice.
I've never tried it. Something about it. They're huge. I can tell you that. They're huge. They're about the size of a Jamaican pear, the big pears. That's how big they are. And they're green. They're green and white, but the emus that we have actually have emus there. The eggs are actually green.
Right.
And the male as well put eggs. It's the weirdest thing, but they're not they cannot have children basically.
But they're sterile eggs.
They're sterile eggs.
Yeah. So the sewage system had intrigued me on this property with these homes. Tell us a little bit about that, because everybody typically look at, we can plant up the land and we can raise with this and solar system. So we're literally off the grid.
Yes.
Which kind of kills some people when it comes to the internet.
No, not really. We do have internet as well. we have internet because a lot of my clients are, they're businessmen and stuff. So yes, we have internet, but it's totally off the grid. Well,
it's off the electric grid.
Come again?
It's off the electric grid.
Yes, it's off the electric grid. Right. So basically, what it is that it's called a biodigester. It's like one of those water tanks that has 3 different chambers in there. Yes. So you have the what they call lodos pesados, which is like the heavy pieces that go through, and it goes through a particular section, and that there we have bacteria, and the bacteria actually eats it up, so it comes out as gray water, and there's no smell to it, and that water goes through a pumping system, filters through, and we use that for gardening. So basically nothing is wasted. So the homes come with a holding tank, a 10,000 liter holding tank underground for rainwater. It comes with another 10,000 liter for the regular water from the spring, and on top of the roof there are 4 tanks there. One of them is like for the shower water, and the water that goes through, that used to wash plates and stuff, goes through a biodigester, and it's pumped solar up on top of the roof again to be used. So basically, there's a less in terms of usage of water.
Yo, just genius. The fact that you could sit down and put all this together. And that is the kind of mind that goes into the music. So I asked you to talk about that aspect of it and being a holistic teacher and that side of it, because a lot of people tend to see artists as just that, either poets or songwriters, lyricists, and they often neglect the other side, the other aspects of the individual. And it's not very often that we get to sit down and talk with someone, because the general consumer out there doesn't really have that kind of connection with a lot of artists. Right. So to hear you talk about and share something like this, this is outside of your music, which you've been doing in Mexico for the past 3 decades. And you were doing music before that in Jamaica.
Yeah, man.
And we can talk about that in just a minute.
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah.
But the mere fact that you have put thought and effort into sustainable living like this. How large you said the property was?
It's 73 hectares, which is hectares, which is about 190 acres.
Right. Huge.
About 100. Yeah, it's
huge. And each unit occupies roughly how much space?
800 square meters. So the homes, they range from 210 to 350 square meters. And the actual land itself is 800. So, we're using roughly about 30% of the land itself. So you can put swimming pool in there, and
right.
You have a lot of land left over to do gardening as well. But we also have a communal area where we have like apples and pears and peaches, and everybody say cane wouldn't grow up there and papa wouldn't grow up there. And I'll just be that a plant papa and see if it's here, because it's kind of chilly, kind of cold.
Right.
So we put in some mango, and the mango them grow, and guava grow, and lychee and guinea, and a little Jamaican thing going on. So people are like, what is this? I don't put any ackee there because ackee can be poisonous and people don't understand it. So I have ackee at my home, but not on the property, right, because people will eat it and get sick. So I don't.
Okay, so the individuals that know how to deal with ackee will plant it on their own properties.
Yes, that's the idea.
Got you. Nice. Yo, people, I have looked at the website and I encourage y'all to look at it too. Check it out. The designs on these homes, amazing. I love the concept.
Thanks.
So let's back up some more and go back to Jamaica before you left Jamaica. Talk to us about your entertainment life. Let us, those that don't know, hear it.
Well, a lot of people might know me in Jamaica. They know me as Cassiano. So I went to TVG. I did some programs on television there as Cassiano. Mm-hmm. But my full name is Cassiano Smith. So North Coast. I went to Carmel College. Went to Com College, then University of the West Indies, and basically I finished UA, and I kept singing at North Coast, Sandals Royal, and Hedonism, and Couples at that time, and San Souci at that time, and Club Caribbean. And then I won the Jamaica Federation of Musicians Best New Artist Award in 1990. Mm-hmm. And that was after I finished the first album that Benjamin has did for me. Right. And one night I was performing. I had a magic cabaret show, so it's like birds that come up on stage and I sing and that type of stuff. So that was one of the new unique things about my show, I used to do some magic there as well. So what eventually happened was that one night this gentleman came to me and said, we got a show for you. We want to take you to Mexico. I go, I'm going to Mexico, brother. Can I go to Vegas? Nobody know I go to Mexico, because the first image you go to Mexico is people sit down and, they have the big sombrero and stuff,
Right,
but I was pleasantly surprised when I came to Mexico. Because Mexico is very advanced. Mexico is one of the richest countries in the world. A lot of gold, a lot of silver, a lot of really high-end industries.
Leave it to the US though. That wouldn't be you'd never believe that.
No, people won't believe that. I remember one time when my cousin came here, and when she landed in the airport in Puerto Vallarta, she was shocked because the whole airport had marble tiles.
Right.
And marble here is basically roughly, relatively cheap, because most of the Sierra Madre mountains that go from Puerto Vallarta to Talpa, where my resort is just pure marble. The whole mountain is marble. So she was very surprised. But Mexico have a lot of natural resources.
Yes.
And the Mexicans are very hardworking people. Them work 2-3 jobs, and when they go to the States, they're very family oriented.
Right.
So every Sunday, party I go on, bridge. Everybody come together as a whole thing, as a group.
Right.
Here in Mexico. So when I came here, I loved the idea. I came in, and the entertainment director at the Radisson Hotels resigned. So I was offered the job as the corporate entertainment director for the Radisson Hotels. But
Yes.
I think more, I never really want to work at hotel entertainment anymore, because I did that in Jamaica for the Jamaica Hotel, which was I think it was changed to Breezes in Runaway Bay.
Yes.
But I was entertainment director back in 1985. So I linked up with a friend of mine, and who sent one of the original album that I did with Benji. They sent it to Capitol Records, and they said, if you learn to sing Spanish or learn to do Spanish in 3 months, they would sign me.
Right.
I beat book now every day, 30 words a day with my dictionary version or something I go through.
It's
So
not
I
like
was
the
able
app
to do
that they
that
have
plan.
for that now.
Never know at them time.
Right.
You have beat book and talk to girl and try to check out that thing, and she say, buenos días, ¿cómo estás? No, there's un gusto estar contigo, my friend. Entonces, vas aprendiendo, you keep learning.
Yes.
You learn the little tones and the accents and stuff, because the Spanish you learn in Jamaica does not prepare you for this. It does not.
I'm sure.
It's you conjugate a lot of verbs, but you cannot hold a conversation.
Yes.
So 30 odd years later, here I am.
Yeah. So people that are looking to find somewhere to go, and you're looking at Europe and scratching your head, and you're looking at in Scandinavia and you're scratching your head. You're looking at the United States and you're scratching your head. Let's look a little bit south. Mexico is just right there. And if you leave it up to the media in the United States, you would not go to a whole lot of places.
Totally.
Mexico being one of them.
There's a whole conspiracy not to do that. If you look at the amount of baby boomers who are actually, the average home here in Mexico for a foreigner is anywhere between $200,000 to $200,000. And there are resorts here right now who are making $15-20 million a month in sales.
Oh, wow.
There's a lot of money coming out of the US. So obviously you have to really, push against that, So
Yes.
but I go down and say, man, I chop off money down here up on bridge, and I go, yeah.
Right.
So.
But you have a whole concept with a type of living that really lets you live, clean, sustainable, and you get some entertainment along with it, because the likes of you around, and traveling too, there's a little bit of availability of transportation by air.
Yes.
By way of you.
Yes. So I fly. I'm a pilot as well. I have a commercial instrument rating, twin engine rating. So I fly. I own a Cessna 421 Bravo aircraft, and I fly that to my shows in Mexico, all over. And I fly my family as well. So.
Right. Yeah. So we'll work out when you come to South Florida again, and we'll shoot across the way, go across the Gulf, and the peninsula. Yeah, man. We in business, and we'll just keep a big party and thing.
Totally.
I'll talk to the rest of the RG squad, and in fact, we might chat or something
come
and see
in,
what go on.
I'm going to do a big festival at the end of the year, so you can come into that one.
That's right.
In November. The 9th of November, we're going to do that.
Talk about that real quick. Tell us about that.
It's the Vallarta Reggae Festival, Kass Smith and Friends. I did different versions of it many years ago, but really went into form when I brought Kimani Marley here in 2016.
Yes.
And then we had another show. We bring in Kikenera from Godwana band. They came in as well. Go the band from Jamaica as well too, and other artists. Natisha Stream was on it as well. She came down. So this year we're going to be bringing Teacher D. Teacher D, as you know,
Yes.
he was on the film upon the album, the James last movie.
Right.
He did very well on that, and I'm going to bring him into that one. So it's an annual festival here, but it's more like a cultural exchange, because I'm considered as the ambassador, the reggae ambassador here in Mexico because of the language brought, you know. So I've done a lot of stuff with the Jamaican Embassy and the Jamaica Tourist Board. One of the things I choose to do is to do charter flights from Mexico to Jamaica for Reggae Sumfest. So I spoke with Joe Bogdanovich before the COVID thing to be able to do that. So there's interest there. I'm working very closely with Mr. Dawson from the Jamaica Tourist Board. And the idea is, you know, we can put an ATR, which is about 85 passengers, and fly from Mexico City, Mexico City, Cancun, Montego Bay. Or we can get a 727, depending on the amount of tickets that we sell. For me, it is very important for Mexicans to really understand the Jamaican culture. I think we have a lot to offer. And I think because of what Usain Bolt do and because of what these great runners have done, there's been an opening where Mexico is concerned towards Jamaica. They have removed the visa requirements for Jamaica coming to Mexico as a result of that. I think we have to step up our game and move to a different level in terms of opening different avenues for Jamaica. And also opening different avenues for Latinos to go to Jamaica. I think it is happening, but on a very organic basis, and it requires a little bit more aggressive marketing because Latinos, they're very loyal, you know.
Yes.
I mean, a Latino buy an album and his family buy the album and everybody buy the album. If you look at the amount of views that you get from Latino market like J Balvin or any one of those Latin like Daddy Yankee and stuff. I mean, the Latin market is huge.
Yes. Off the charts. Huge. Yes, true.
Totally. True. Because they're very faithful. So I think we can bring that in terms of a business sense right now and bring it to a different level. Jamaica has a lot to offer. I'm very concerned about, the prices in Jamaica where we're importing a lot of stuff.
Right.
People, they reached out to me the other day to import coconut from Mexico. I'm like, well, no coconut Jamaica. Well, not really, cause man teeth it and stuff, and stuff like that,
That's crazy. So, that makes sense.
Well, it actually does because, Predia Larson is so big there. So people don't decide about the man plant anything anymore. I think we are on the verge of a generational disaster if we don't really step up and make some ways of people getting back to doing those form of where it's actually competitive enough that they can survive from it.
Yes.
So I think Mexico has that to offer, and I believe that there's a lot of stuff that we can do, bilaterally between both countries.
You see, that's that thinking outside of the box. In fact, that's that thinking. Period. Because people don't seem to read it anymore. But before you get out of here, Kass, please put your information on how people can, one, reach out to you. Again, the website for the resort and how to get your music so that people can get this album that I'm going to feature in a few minutes.
Yeah, man. All right. Well, it's on Spotify. It's Kass Smith Official. You can check that out on Instagram. It's on Facebook, Kass Smith Official as well. Twitter at Kass Smith. Just Kass Smith, Smith, like Will Smith. Well, no, not like Will Smith. You know what I mean? It's getting a rough guy. Sorry, I couldn't. I'm a cousin, no, not anymore. I've heard about him. So anyway,
distant relative.
It's all over the
several times removed.
It's all over on YouTube. And one thing, Kevin, is important is that going back to the spiritual side of it and the chi side of it, I studied karate in Jamaica. I got a black belt in Shaolin karate, and the whole idea of bringing up your energy in the chi is part of the video that people can see. It's called In Caso de Incendio.
Yes.
And that video actually speaks of basically connecting to the essence and bring up your chi energy. So, I try to push all of that in my albums and to people, just make people wake up, because we are asleep, really I wake up. Enough lie them tell we,
Right. And we talked about some of those when you were on the night shift.
Yes.
The tracks that are in Spanish, and Caso de Incendio being one of them,
right.
And then there's Solamente.
Solamente una vez. Bésate mucho. Cuando.
Yes. Sabor a mí.
Yes.
For those that don't speak Spanish, could you just give me a quick translation?
Okay. Well, for which one? For In Caso de Incendio, basically, that has the translation in it. But Sabor a mí, basically, it's a taste of you. Basically, it's a song that speaks of, tanto tiempo disfrutamos, ese amor, we have enjoyed this love for so long. This song was written back in the 1930s. It's a very old Mexican song. And the reason why I got brought on the album was to really get a bigger market, because, there's a lot of older people who believe that reggae is only revolution. I fight and get up, stand up and shoot them and war and stuff.
Right.
So I decided to bring in one of those traditional songs. So they're very romantic songs.
Nice.
They were originally called estilo bolero, but it have a reggae thing to it. So check it out. Solamente una vez means it's only one time. One time ever fall in love. No matter what happened, how many women come into my life, it's only one time. So that song is Solamente una vez. Cuando is also another song that was written originally in Italian, and then was Portuguese, and then Nat King Cole do it, and Elvis do it, and we do it in a reggae and stuff, So, and the other 9 songs on the album, there are 15. I wrote those, some of them were co-written with Mikey Bennett. Mikey Bennett is the producer with Dean Fraser. That's why it have the sound. It have a Dean Fraser sound on it,
Yes.
And there's another producer from Venezuela, Magu. He did the Kass Smith send you to Heal Up Magu.
Yes.
Saludos. So yeah, man.
And let me see. No quiero vivir.
Quiero vivir.
Yeah.
No quiero vivir. So I don't want to live. Which is the tune there. I don't want to live without your love.
Yeah.
That's a Spanish version to it. No quiero vivir. I don't want to live without you.
Gotcha.
This morning, I wake up in the line before I hear. Remember tune there?
Yes, man. Yes.
That's Spanish in my head,
Yes.
Yeah.
So people just know that you're going to go on a journey. As we feature this album, it's called Journeys, and as Kass said, you can find him everywhere. It's Kass Smith. Real easy.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't get any easier than that. And do check out the website for the resort. Give it again, please, Kass.
REAL, D as in Delta, E as in Echo, T as in Tango, ALPA. RELDETALPA.com. Realdetalpa.com. I would love to do something like that in Jamaica. I think there's a lot of Jamaicans who are coming back home would like to live in a safe environment, but contaminant free. And the electricity is cheap in Aboriginal. People don't understand how easy it is to create electricity from solar, from magnets,
Yes.
I mean, it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. But,
well, that is why we don't know, because it's so easy. Yeah. But you see, that is why we don't know, because it is so easy.
Yeah, it is.
Kass, much respect. Thank you again. Listen, love the reasoning. I always love the reasoning. Take care of yourself. Love the house. Bridget, love the house.
Thanks. Yeah, I built this house. It took me about within about 2 years. I built it. I'm a builder, so I really built it. My father was an architect, so basically the whole design was set up that way. So it have a view. Sun I go down there, so but that's basically the house. So,
yes.
Very good spaces. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
It built enough.
Yeah, man.
Kass, I'm gonna kick off this with Be Still and No. Introduce it for me, please.
Yeah, man. Be still and know, connect to the source of God within you. And when you do that, you're going to feel the power within you. Because I'm saying, these things ye shall do in my name. And it's very simple. So be still and know I am God. Bless up.
Much love, Kass.
Yeah.
5 minutes to the top of the hour, we're going off on a journey. The album is called Journeys. His name is Kass Smith.
Be still and know